Hello everybody, this is Keegan here and welcome back to the channel, and I'm back with a brand new video for you guys. And welcome to the start of a brand new series here on my channel. And this series of videos I'm going to be doing is me doing reviews on a lot of vintage and retro stuff. Now, if you were on my channel for a while, you'll notice on my channel intro, on the bottom text below my name, it says Vintage Reviews with the dot saying coming soon. Well, this is a series I've been thinking about doing for a while. Now, if you're someone who knows me in real life, or if you're someone that follows me on my Instagram, whether you were a follower on my old account that ended up getting hacked a little while ago, unfortunately, or a follower on my new account, link in the description, you'll know that I love to collect a lot of vintage stuff. Hell, there's even stuff in my room that's vintage. See that radio over there? That's an old radio from 1975, I believe, or 1973, somewhere around there. And that box actually contains a Polaroid camera from the 70s, from 1973, I believe. And that telephone right there, which, no, that telephone does not work. That's a telephone from the 60s. And that radio right there is not actually a vintage one. It makes it look like it's vintage, but it's not. That's my vinyl record player. That's also a radio and a CD player and cassette player. Cassette tape player, that is. But yeah, so this is my first ever video when I do a review on vintage and retro things. And I like to collect a lot of vintage stuff. So yeah, you see a lot of this vintage stuff you see in my room. I like to collect a lot of vintage stuff. I also like to collect things like typewriters, old electronics, and even cameras from decades ago. And yeah, so I figured since I like to collect stuff, why not upload a series of videos where I do reviews of vintage and retro stuff. Now, I'll have more details for what I'm going to be doing on this series in the future at the end of this video, so stay tuned for the end. But anyways, let's take a dive on what I'm going to be reviewing today first, shall we? So, what I'm going to be reviewing for this first episode of this series is actually a video camera. And it's this camera right here. This is a Kodak Brownie Century camera. A 8mm movie camera to be exact. It was released in 1958. And I'm not sure exactly when this camera was discontinued, but I think it was sometime in the 60s, but I'm not really sure when exactly. I couldn't find exactly when this was discontinued. And I also couldn't find the original retail price for this camera when I was doing my research for this video. But if anyone knows how much this camera was worth originally back in the day, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And one of the viewing lenses right there has got a crack there, but that's okay. And it's a little dirty. It was dirty when I got it, so I cleaned it as best as I can. And yeah, you can look at it pretty good from here. I'm trying to hold my phone and this camera while I'm trying to do this review. But anyways, this camera, as you can tell, has 3 separate lenses. This one is I believe that is a 9mm lens. This one's a 14mm lens, and this one is a 24mm lens. And if you wind this part up, which I will wind up really quickly, it makes it's how you film with this camera. And if you hold this button down, or you just set it like this, it records. And from what I searched up, this camera can record, like when you fully have the wind up part fully winded up, it'll record up to at least 50 seconds of film. And I'm actually not really sure what this part does, but that must be just for the lenses right here. And the lenses are actually completely adjustable. And this camera was actually given to me by a person at my job that I work at. And special thanks to him. I'm not going to say his name, but if you know who you are, you know who you are. I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. And it's kind of hard to move the lenses and hold the camera at the same time. My camera that I'm using to record, that is. So yeah, it's completely adjustable. And this is how you record. You got to rewind it all the way in order to record footage for this camera. And this is an 8mm camera. And right here, this is where the reels go. I mean, the film goes. You just gotta press it here to unlock it. And unfortunately, I don't have any film for this camera, nor do I have a way of getting the film processed. And let alone, I need a projector of some sort, well, specifically an 8mm projector to display what I recorded, if I even had footage. But this is where the reels would go. This goes up to like, I believe it films up to like 25 feet of reels, I believe. But it's a really nice looking camera. And let me just put it back the way it was. And right down here, you could put a tripod on it, so you can just stand the camera up while you're filming it. But I think it's a pretty nice, neat looking camera. It was developed by good old Kodak. They've been out of business for a long time. And I think this is a really nice looking camera from the 50s. I'm not sure exactly what films and TV shows you may have seen this camera in, but I'm sure it was used in any movie or TV show. But it's a very nice looking camera. But I don't know how much this camera costed when it was released back in the day, nor do I know when it was discontinued. I couldn't really find any info when I was doing my research for this video, but if anyone knows, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And point out any mistakes that I may have made when I was explaining what this camera is, but I don't think I did anything wrong. But I don't really have too much else to add for my thoughts on this camera. I think it's a pretty nice looking camera. And definitely a collector's piece. I don't know if I would film anything using this camera. Probably just have it for collecting purposes and just have it displayed. But I think it's a pretty nice looking camera for its time. But this would kind of be the ideal camera for like making home movies back in the day and vacation, like families and households to use. You know what I mean? But I don't really have anything else to add, but I think it's a really nice looking camera for its time. And I forgot, the film actually, the speed for the filming goes 16 frames per second. I forgot to say. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add. But yeah. Well, that's my review of the camera. And thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry if the review seemed a little bit rushed. I wasn't really sure what I was going to review first for this video. But I figured why not do a review of an old video camera. So I decided to go with that camera. And there may have been some stuff I missed when I was doing my research on this camera for this video. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below on what I missed or on what I didn't know about the camera. And before I end this video, I want to kind of discuss quickly about my plans for this series. Now, first things first, I'm not going to do a new video in this series all the time compared to what I do for my movie review videos, but I'll upload a new vintage review video every so often. Specifically, if I find something interesting that I should review, say if I find something at like a vintage store or like an antique store, you know what I mean, or maybe at a yard sale even, or on eBay. Or maybe it was something that was given to me that I should probably do a review on. But I won't do a review all the time, but compared to my movie reviews. And it won't be in like a season like I do for my movie reviews. It'll just be each number, like episode number, but not like in a season. But I'm sure you know what I mean. But I do plan to do more reviews sometime in the future. Now, I won't review every single type of thing that's vintage, like clothing or cars and stuff like that. But I'll review almost everything. Well, maybe not everything vintage, but almost everything. But yeah, guys. So that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more videos like this. And feel free to comment below if I missed anything that I should have mentioned about the camera in the comments below, or some things that I don't know about the camera. That would be appreciated. But if you want to follow me on my Instagram and Letterboxd, the links are in the description down below. And I have more vintage review videos coming out in the future, so stay tuned for more. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, this is Keagan Shepard signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.